Mike Jones trudged up the creaky staircase of his apartment building, feeling the weight of mundane routine settle on his shoulders. The peeling paint on the walls and the flickering light above his door whispered tales of neglect and financial strain. His evenings were spent juggling bills, and weekends were dedicated to futile attempts at patching up the leaky roof. One gloomy evening, as he fumbled with the rusty lock, a notice slipped from his mail stack. "Rent increase," it announced in bold letters. Mike sighed, realizing that the dilapidated state of his apartment was no longer his only concern. Desperation lingered in the air when, with a weary heart, Mike opened his apartment door. The aging floorboards groaned under his weight as he surveyed the peeling wallpaper and chipped tiles. The dim light cast shadows on the mismatched furniture, bearing witness to a life constrained by financial limitations. Mike's solitude was interrupted by the creaking of the staircase, and a neighbor's voice echoed through the hallway. "Hey, Mike, heard about the rent hike? Tough break, man." "Yeah," Mike replied with a forced chuckle. "Guess I'll be living on instant noodles for a while, maybe forever." His neighbor leaned against the doorframe, a sympathetic look in his eyes. "You need a hand with anything? Maybe some paint or something? We could turn this place around, you know." Mike glanced around, a glimmer of hope breaking through the gloom. "That would be something, wouldn't it? But where do we start?" The neighbor grinned. "Well, let's begin by making this place a home again. A little paint, some fixing up, who knows? Maybe it'll bring a change in luck." And so, within the worn walls of his apartment, the seed of transformation was planted, setting the stage for the unforeseen events that would follow. One chilly night, after a day of modest improvements to his apartment, Mike Jones trudged wearily up the dimly lit staircase. As he approached his door, a soft sound caught his attention. Faint sobs echoed through the corridor, drawing Mike towards the source. Turning the corner, he discovered an elderly lady, clad in worn pajamas, sitting on the staircase with tear-streaked cheeks. Concern etched on his face, Mike approached her cautiously. "Hey there, are you okay?" he asked, genuine worry in his voice. The elderly lady looked up, her eyes red and puffy. "Oh, young man, it's nothing. Just some family troubles." "Family can be tough," Mike replied, sitting down beside her. "You need a place to stay for the night?" "It's not much, but my apartment is warm." The lady hesitated, but then nodded appreciatively. "Bless you, dear. I wouldn't want to impose, but I appreciate the kindness." As they entered Mike's apartment, the lady glanced around, taking in the modest improvements. "You've been trying to make this place better, hadn't you?" Mike smiled, a genuine warmth in his eyes. "Yeah, a little bit at a time. It's not easy, but it's home." The lady sighed, settling into the makeshift comfort of Mike's living room. "Home, that's a precious thing. My daughter-in-law doesn't see it that way. We had a disagreement, and now I'm here." Mike, sensing the weight of the unspoken words, replied, "You're welcome here for the night. No one should be left alone on a staircase." And so, in the small hours of the night, two strangers found solace in unexpected companionship, their lives entwining in the humble haven of Mike's apartment. The morning sun cast a gentle glow over Mike's apartment as he prepared a simple breakfast for his unexpected guest. The elderly lady, still in her pajamas, sat at the mismatched dining table, sipping a cup of hot tea. A newfound warmth filled the room, breaking the chill of the night. "So what's your name?" Mike inquired, trying to lighten the mood. She smiled, a hint of gratitude in her eyes. "Call me Edna, dear. And you?" "Mike." "Nice to officially meet you, Edna," he replied, setting a plate of toast in front of her. As they shared the makeshift breakfast, Edna opened up about the strained relationship with her daughter-in-law. "It's not easy growing old. People forget you have feelings, too." Mike nodded, understanding etched on his face. Neighbors used to be like family, looking out for each other. Nowadays, it's different. Edna sighed. "You're right, Mike. Times change, but the need for human connection doesn't." With a thoughtful expression, Mike chimed in, "Maybe we can change that. I mean, we're practically neighbors now." Edna chuckled, a lightness returning to her demeanor. "You're a kind soul, Mike. Maybe there's hope yet." As they continued their conversation, The two delved into the significance of neighborly bonds, exploring the changing dynamics of human connections over time. Within the walls of Mike's apartment, a bridge began to form between generations, linking the past to the present, and two lives found unexpected companionship in the shared moments of vulnerability and understanding. A month later, a luxurious black car glided into the once dilapidated parking lot of Mike's apartment building. Intrigued, Mike stepped out to investigate, only to find Edna waiting with a proud smile on her face. "Mike, dear, meet my son." Edna gestured towards the sleek car. A successful man in a tailored suit stepped out, extending a firm handshake to Mike. "Grateful for your kindness towards my mother," he expressed, sincerity evident in his eyes. "I'm Robert. She speaks highly of you." Mike, humbled by the unexpected praise, replied, "It was the least I could do. She's been good company." Robert, eyeing the worn facade of the building, seemed deep in thought. "How about we repay your kindness? I have connections in construction. Let me renovate your apartment on the house." Mike, initially taken aback, eventually nodded gratefully. "That's generous of you, Robert. But why go through all this trouble?" Robert glanced at his mother, a subtle smile playing on his lips. "You've brought joy back into her life. That means everything to me." And so, the transformation began. Skilled workers filled the once muted corridors with the symphony of renovation. The apartment, once a symbol of struggle, became a canvas for Robert's generosity, surpassing Mike's wildest expectations. As the workers toiled, Robert approached Mike. "Consider this a token of appreciation for the kindness you've shown my mother. She insisted on it, and frankly, I couldn't agree more." With a renewed sense of hope, Mike watched as his humble abode underwent a miraculous metamorphosis, a testament to the unexpected rewards that kindness could bring. The day arrived when the renovations were complete, and Mike marveled at the stunning transformation of his apartment. The once worn floors now gleamed, and the walls, once dull, radiated with fresh paint. A sense of newfound vitality echoed in every corner. Edna, standing in the doorway, wore a satisfied smile. "Mike, dear, you've been a blessing to us. Allow me to express our gratitude properly." Mike, still in awe of the changes, replied modestly, "It was never about repayment, Edna. I'm just glad to see you happy." Edna, holding an envelope, insisted, "Please, consider this a small token of our appreciation. It's the least we can do." As Mike opened the envelope, he discovered a check that covered the entire cost of the renovations. Shocked, he stammered, "I can't accept this, Edna. I didn't do it for money." Edna chuckled, placing a hand on his shoulder. "Consider it an investment in kindness, Mike. You've earned it." The gesture left Mike speechless, and he found himself reflecting on the profound impact of a simple act of kindness. The transformed apartment became a symbol not just of physical change, but also of the positive ripple effects that kindness could create. Days turned into weeks, and the story unfolded with a sense of closure. The apartment, now a haven of warmth and hospitality, stood as a testament to the unexpected blessings that could emerge from the most unlikely places. In the end, the walls echoed with the laughter of gratitude, marking the conclusion of a tale where generosity and compassion triumphed over adversity. In the aftermath of the transformative events, Mike settled into the newly renovated apartment, basking in its newfound charm. The air carried a lightness that mirrored the positive changes in his life. Seated by the refurbished window, Mike reflected on the unexpected turn of events. His thoughts drifted to the humble beginnings and the chain of kindness that led to a remarkable transformation. A neighbor passing by noticed Mike lost in thought. "Hey, Mike, your place looks amazing now. What's the secret?" Mike, a smile playing on his lips, replied, "No secret, just a bit of kindness and good company." The neighbor leaned against the doorframe, curious. "You seem different, too. Something changed?" Mike nodded. "Yeah, helping Edna and her son. It made me realize the power of simple acts of kindness. It's like the positive energy came full circle." The neighbor grinned. "Well, whatever you're doing, keep it up. The whole place feels different now, in a good way." As days passed, Mike noticed a shift not only in his apartment, but also in his interactions at work and with other neighbors. The once muted corridors echoed with friendly greetings, and the sense of community that had faded over the years was rekindled. In the quiet moments of reflection, Mike realized that the true renovation wasn't just confined to the walls of his apartment. The change extended to his own perspective on life, relationships, and the profound impact of extending a helping hand. Amidst the newfound vibrancy of his revitalized apartment, Mike's life took an unexpected turn when a mysterious package arrived. The unassuming box held within it a letter, and Mike's curiosity grew as he unfolded the handwritten pages. As he read, the intricate details of Edna's past unfolded. The letter, penned by her daughter-in-law, revealed a story of family struggles, misunderstandings, and the pain that had driven a wedge between them. Intrigued by the revelations, Mike decided to seek out Edna's daughter-in-law. As he approached her, she tensed, unsure of his intentions. "Hey," Mike began gently, "I'd read your letter. I didn't know about the challenges you and Edna faced." The daughter-in-law sighed. "It's complicated. We had our differences, and I made assumptions, but seeing what you did for her, it made me realize there's more to people than we often see." Mike nodded. Sometimes all it takes is a second chance and understanding. Edna's been through a lot. The daughter-in-law, a hint of gratitude in her eyes, replied, "Thank you for not judging me right away. It means more than you know." As they conversed, layers of misunderstanding peeled away, paving the way for reconciliation. The wounds of the past began to heal, and the letter, once a messenger of pain, became a catalyst for understanding and forgiveness. In the end, the unexpected journey of redemption highlighted the power of communication and empathy, illustrating that even the most fractured relationships could find healing when approached with an open heart. As the echoes of past grievances faded, Mike felt a renewed sense of purpose. Inspired by the transformative power of compassion, he decided to extend the ripple of kindness beyond his own experiences. One day, while chatting with his neighbors, Mike proposed an idea that would bring the community together. "Why don't we organize a neighborhood event? Something to foster unity and support among us." His neighbors, initially hesitant, warmed up to the idea. "What kind of event are you thinking?" one of them asked. Mike grinned. "Something simple yet impactful. A gathering where we can share stories, talents, or just spend time getting to know one another better." The enthusiasm spread, and soon plans for the event were underway. Neighbors pitched in with ideas, contributions, and a shared excitement for the upcoming gathering. As the day of the event arrived, the atmosphere buzzed with anticipation. Neighbors set up booths, shared homemade dishes, and showcased their talents. Laughter and conversation filled the air, creating a lively tapestry of community spirit. One neighbor approached Mike, expressing gratitude. "You know, Mike, this event has brought a sense of belonging back to the neighborhood. It's been ages since we've felt this connected." Mike nodded. "That's the power of kindness and community. We all have unique stories, and it's in sharing them that we build bridges." The event marked not just a celebration of unity, but also a reaffirmation of the positive impact small acts of kindness could have on an entire community. As the sun set on the gathering, the neighborhood stood transformed, not just physically, but as a testament to the enduring strength of compassion, understanding, and the shared human experience.